Hello again, I'm Rahana, and we're back with more Gakuen Heaven 2. Last time we went through kind of the long explanation of the board of directors and the director and how they kind of get into conflict with each other and the reasons for that. But it seems like closing the school is not the way for anyone to get what they want. So the student council is speculating on what the reasons might be, and someone else has decided to pop in here.
何面白そうな話してるの?
And it's pretty obvious from the sing-songy, happy voice that is Joker showing up, and he's saying, "Hey, what's so interesting?"
やあ、生徒会の皆さん。
Hi, everyone in the student council.
Yo.
Yo.
何かご用ですか?
What do you need?
用ってほどの用じゃないけど。
Not so much a need.
ゆうきくんが無事1回戦を突破しただろ?
Yuki safely got through the first round, didn't he?
だから様子を見に来たんだ。
So I came to see how he was.
それで、理事会が学園を潰したい理由?
So, the reason the board wants to close the school.
知っているんですか?
Do you know?
鈴菱グループがこの学園をいらなくなったんじゃない?
It's that the Suzubishi group doesn't need the school anymore, isn't it?
そんな...
No way.
それはないでしょう。
That wouldn't be it.
確信を持ってそう言えるのかい?
You can say that with confidence?
はい。
Yes.
この学園の理念、創設の意図。
The ideals of the school, the aim in founding it.
それらを考え合わせれば、そもそも鈴菱自体は生徒寄りの考えを持っているはずです。
If you consider those together, Suzubishi itself must be in favor of the students to begin with.
でなければ、今のようにここまで生徒の自治に委ねるような学園運営方針は取らないはずです。
If not, they wouldn't have a policy of entrusting the school management to the students like they have up until now. So if that was the ideal of the school when it was founded, then it seems like, yeah, Suzubishi supports the students more than the thoughts of nebulous stuff like profits and blah blah blah, all kind of corporate interests.
そうかな?
I wonder.
人なんて変わるものでしょ? 高藤先輩.
People are fickle, aren't they?
ジョーカー、あなたはこの状況を楽しんでいるのですか?
You're enjoying this situation, aren't you?
自分たちの学園がなくなるかどうかの瀬戸際だというのに。
Even though our own school is on the brink of being closed. And you can just tell from talk to his face that he is not amused. Meanwhile, Joker is extremely amused. I mean, he just does not care.
もちろん、とっても楽しんでる。
And he doesn't deny anything. Of course, I'm having a lot of fun.
なかなか面白いイベントだからね。必死になってるエース君も可愛いし。
Since it's a pretty interesting event, and Ace-kun getting so desperate is cute.
言っておきます。
I'll tell you one thing.
私はまだ、あなたが腕章を盗んだのではという疑いを捨ててはいません。
I haven't given up on my suspicion that you stole the armband.
高藤さん?
何よ?
What are you saying?
噛みつかなくていいよ、隼人。
You don't have to bite Hayato.
疑うってことは、何か証拠でも見つかった?
If you suspect, did you find some proof?
朝比奈に送られてきたメールは、差出人が不明となっていました。
The sender was unknown on the mail that was sent to Asahina.
そういった小細工をするには、多少の知識が必要となります。
It requires some knowledge to play a trick like that.
あなたなら、それはたやすい。
You could do it easily. So kind of a soft accusation there. Not coming right out and saying it, but implying that, yeah, you know, Joker kind of has the motivation just to amuse himself, and also the means to kind of mess around in this sort of way. And if it wasn't obvious, these two don't get along either.
まあ、そうだね。
Well, that's true.
でもうちの学園ならその程度のことをできるやつはいっぱいいるけど。
But there's lots of guys at this school who could do that sort of thing, aren't there?
それにあの映像、おそらくは学園の監視カメラで録画された映像だと思われます。
And that video, it was probably recorded with the school's security camera.
つまり、学園のシステムに侵入し、その映像を盗んでくる必要がある。
In short, it requires infiltrating the school's system and stealing that video.
システム管理側の人間だったら盗む必要すらないけどね。
And I really wonder how much Joker knows about things, because he must have quite a bit of knowledge of the plot that's going on here because of his own involvement in it in certain ways. But if it was someone who managed the system, they wouldn't need to steal it. So he must know who sent that video. He's not going to say, of course, because it's much more fun to imply and hint at things and see if anyone guesses.
例えばエース君の友達の理事長君とかさ。
For instance, someone like Ace-kun's friend, the director. So, someone in a similar position, maybe.
さらに言えば、あの映像を朝比奈に送る必要はない。
However, he wouldn't need to send that video to Asahina.
あれが何の役に立つかといえば、朝比奈を混乱させることくらいしか使い道がありません。
When it comes to usefulness, it only served to confuse Asahina, which is true. It just made him question everything.
たったそれだけの目的のために、わざわざ面倒な手間をかける人間はそう多くはないかと思いますが。
I don't think there's so many people who would go to that kind of trouble just for a goal like that. So just to mess with Yuki.
僕ならそんな意味のないこともやりかねないって？
You're saying I'm likely to do something so pointless?
ええ。
Yes.
面白いという理由だけで、廃校の危機を歓迎するような人間ならば、あるいは。
If there's the possibility that there's someone who would welcome the crisis of the school closing just because it's interesting.
貴様。
Damn you, basically.
いい加減にしてください。
That's enough.
何喧嘩してるんだよ。今はそんな場合じゃないだろう。
Why are you fighting? Now isn't the time for that.
腕章を盗んだ犯人なんてどうでもいいじゃないか。
It doesn't matter who stole the armband.
あらら、怒られちゃったね、高藤先輩。
Oh my, you got him angry.
二人ともです。
It's both of you.
じゃあさ、君、もっと意味のある話はできるのかい？
Then can you say something that gets more to the point?
話？
腕章を盗んだ犯人がどうでもいいなら、もっと重要な話があるんだろう？
If it doesn't matter who stole the armband, then you have something more important to say, don't you?
君はどんな話を聞かせてくれるんだい？
What are you gonna tell us?
そういうことじゃなくて、俺はただ喧嘩は良くないと。
I wasn't trying to do that. I just didn't want you guys to fight. So Yuki didn't really have any motivation other than cut this crap out because I don't like people fighting, number one. And number two, it really isn't the time for this kind of nonsense. Infighting is not going to help them.
では、一番偉い人に理由を聞くというのはどうだ？
Kuya has a better idea. Why don't we ask the top banana what the reason is?
理由って何の？
The reason for what?
どうして理事会が学園を潰そうと言い出したのかという理由だ。
The reason that the board proposed that they're trying to close the school.
そもそもそういう話をしていただろう。
That's what we were originally talking about, isn't it? So you guys got too caught up in this nonsense to even remember what we were supposed to be talking about.
そうだった。
That's right.
それは面白いね。
Oh, that sounds like fun.
でも一番偉い人って理事長とか。
But by top banana, do you mean the director?
あの理事長の様子からすると引き出せる情報はあんまりないんじゃないのかな。
Judging by the look of that director, I don't think there's much information you can pull out of him.
まあ友だからな。
Well, it is Tomo. Poor Tomo. Just minding his own business while his friends talk shit about him.
どうせ聞くなら鈴菱のトップにでも聞いてみたら。
If you're going to ask, then why not ask the head of Suzubishi?
無茶言わないでくださいよ。そんな簡単に会えるような人じゃ。
Please don't be unreasonable. We can't meet someone like that so easily.
よし、鈴菱のトップだな。
Alright, the head of Suzubishi. Huh? Is he calling someone? Or he's suddenly typing out an email?
クーヤさん、誰にメールしてるんですか？
Kuya-san, who are you emailing?
俺の友達だ。よし、送信と。
Oh, my friend. Alright, send.
もしかして鈴菱のトップと知り合いだったりするのかな？
Could it be that you know the head of Suzubishi? And I love how Joker's got that super interested look here. He's like, wow, this is pretty amazing. So if something interesting comes up, of course he's all over that.
さすがに違うさ。
Of course not.
じゃあ誰に？
Then who?
早いな。
Oh, that's fast.
今メールした人ですか？
Huh? It's the person who emailed just now?
その通りと。
Or rather, the person you emailed just now. That's right.
はい。
Well, I think you understand that.
英語？
English?
ですね。
Yes.
何話してるんだろう？
What are they talking about?
どうやら鈴菱のトップに会えないか頼んでいるようです。
He seems to be asking if he could meet the head of Suzubishi.
相手は結構年上みたいだね。彼にしては随分丁寧な口調だから。
Well, the person he's talking to seems a lot older since he's using a very polite tone. And both of them know what he's saying. I really need to study English properly.
俺も会えるのを楽しみにしている。では。
I don't know why that line's in Japanese if the text is in English, but okay.
鈴菱の偉い人に会えるぞ。
So we can really meet, like, the head honcho of Suzubishi.
本当に？
We can?
っていうか、今の電話の相手って誰？
Rather, who was it you were talking to?
MGN の社長。
The president of MGN.
MGN？
Yes, this is the same MGN from another spray game, which you may or may not be familiar with, of the lovely glasses type.
製薬会社だ。ドリンクなんかも作ってる。プロトファイバーとか知らないか？
And they tend to do this quite a bit. If you hunt around between various spray games and such, there are little connections between all of them like this, like illustrations being used in the background and kind of blurred out from other games and stuff like that. There's different backgrounds and locations that appear in various places. Like I know in this game, in Yagami, there's another, I think when you go to a certain place, I think they have posters on the wall that are actually illustrations from 2 other spray games. So they do stuff like this all the time. I don't even know if I just finished saying what Kuya already said, so I'll just repeat it again. It's a pharmaceutical company that also makes drinks. Are you familiar with Protofiber? And I have no idea if that's like something major in the other game because I haven't played it.
それ知ってる。結構有名なところだよな。
I know it. It's pretty famous. So that's also interesting to note that these things seem to exist in the world of these games. But also the game seems to exist in the world of the game. Like, there's been little Twitter events and things where it's been mentioned that, hey, we're playing the game, or we're going to buy the comic. And I'm like, okay, so is this your reality? Are you guys acting in this game? Is this... It's very weird.
結構どころではありません。
It's not pretty famous.
メディカルガーデンネイチャーは世界50カ国以上に展開している製薬会社です。
Medical Garden Nature is a pharmaceutical company that's expanded into over 50 countries.
鈴菱グループもメイン企業は製薬会社だろ？
The Suzubishi Group's main corporation is also a pharmaceutical company, right?
同じ業界だったら知り合いがいるんじゃないかと思ってさ。
Since they're in the same industry, I thought maybe they knew each other.
鈴菱グループの偉い人を紹介してもらえないかメールしてみたらビンゴだ。
I tried sending an email asking whether he'd introduce me to the head of the Suzubishi Group, and bingo.
妙な人脈持ってるんだね。
You have strange connections.
人徳人徳。
It's my virtue.
今週末、鈴菱の社長令息が出席するパーティーがある。
This weekend, there's a party that the son of the president of Suzubishi is attending.
彼の計らいで、俺たちもそこに潜り込める。
We're going to sneak in thanks to my friend's arrangements.
さすがにトップ中のトップというわけにはいかないが、かなりの重要人物に会えるんだ。
He may not be the best of the best, but we can meet a very important person.
行こう、ユキ。
So let's go, Yuki.
何をそんなに驚く？
Why are you so surprised?
だって展開が早すぎて。
But this is also sudden.
でも、鈴菱の偉い人に会えるんだ。行くだろ？
But we can meet the head of Suzubishi. You'll go, won't you?
行きます。
I'll go.
よし、それでこそ勇気だ。
Alright, that's my Yuki.
では録音機材を用意しましょう。
Then I'll prepare a recording device.
パーティー会場で目立たないポータブルなものがいいでしょう。
It should be portable so it doesn't stand out at the party. Yeah, no kidding, it should be portable. Like, what are they going to be doing? Dragging around an entire rack of equipment? Be like, excuse me, pay no attention to this, like, massive thing over here. We're not doing anything slightly questionably illegal, maybe.
録音機材
A recording device.
会話を録音しておけば何かの証拠になるかもしれません。
If you record the conversation, it can be used as proof.
ふーん。ちょっと面白そう。
That's kind of interesting.
僕も行こうかな。
Maybe I'll go too.
あなたが行くなら私も行きます。余計なことをされては困りますので。
If you're going, then I'm going too. It would be troublesome if you did something unnecessary.
自分も。
Myself too.
残念だが、そんなに大人数は無理だ。
Unfortunately, it would be impossible for so many.
心配なのはわかるが、今回は俺とユウキに任せてくれ。
I understand your worries, but this time, leave it to me and Yuki.
別に心配してるわけじゃないけど。
I'm not really worried. He's like, I don't even care about you. I just want to go to the fancy party with all the rich and famous people.
ま、せいぜい頑張って。
Well, do your best.
面白い話だったら報告してね。
If you hear anything interesting, let me know.
はい、任せてください。
Yeah, please leave it to us. And that ends the scene. So I know that's pretty long, lots of stuff going on there, but there could be a lot of fun things coming up from the implications there. So if, as you're expecting,
レコーダーは正嗣に任せればいいとしてた。
we will definitely meet someone very familiar, very interesting by going to this party. But I will leave that until next time, or maybe even the time after that. I think there's a little bit more of a scene here before we actually get to the party part. And the party's quite long. That scene will take... God, that'll take a while to get through all of that, because the choices that you make while you're there determine how long the conversation goes, and I'm going to do the extended conversation, even though it's not really the recommended way to play it, which I think is kind of weird. But we'll do it so we can spend as much time with this person as possible. So look forward to that, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and that I will see you next time.